This is an Evergreen Media Network studio production. Treasure Coast Connector. Connecting residents and businesses of the Treasure Coast. And here's your host, Ellen Contreras.
Well, welcome to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. Treasure Coast Connector is the talk show and online community where we put a spotlight on interesting local businesses and resources, then connect them to you, the consumers in the community, because everyone has a great reason of doing why they do what they do. And when we learn about what's happening in our own backyard and support local businesses, it strengthens our local economy. For details on the show, links to discounts, promos, past articles, check out www.tcconnector.com. So the Florida lifestyle, there's so much to love about it. The beaches, the pools, the warm weather, the year-round barbecues. But with the good comes the bad, and I'm talking about bugs. No one wants ants, roaches, or spiders taking up residence, but thankfully here on the Treasure Coast, we have Ben's Pest Control to help us out. They do a lot of great work on the outside of our homes and businesses to create that barrier that keeps those problems out. Joining me in the studio today are Ben and Christine Sell of Ben's Pest Control. They have wonderful tips to share and information about all the services they have to offer. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yay, I'm so happy that you guys are here. We should have confetti dropping from the ceiling.
We are happy to be here as well.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so now before we start talking about Ben's Pest Control and those just creepy crawlies, okay, I want to learn about why you wanted to be in this industry and create your own business. Now, Christine, normally I start with the ladies first, but Ben, you are the bug slayer. Okay, so we're going to start with you first and why you're a bug slayer.
Well, I tell people that I was always customer service driven, and taking care of people was something I was good at. I like to see people be happy. And when I moved to Florida, one of the things I found out was no matter what happened, there was never a shortage of bugs. And people were always going to need pest control. So I was never out of work, and I could take care of people and make them happy.
Absolutely. And how about you, Miss Christine?
Well, when we got together and got married, we wanted to have kids. And we decided that opening our own business would give us the best opportunity to do what he wanted, to kill bugs, help people, and also still have a connection with our family and be able to have him involved, and to be able to help our community out as well.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to get to the community part in the second half, because you guys do a lot of wonderful things for the community. Okay, so now you talked about, people always needing you, right? So now we have a lot of people moving to the area, and what should they look out for within a business, a home, an apartment, or a condo? What are some of the warning signs that you are not alone?
So one of the things I tell people, especially who move from up north, one of the things they should always be prepared for is things like fire ants. Because they are dangerous, and because a lot of people aren't familiar with those little dirt mounds. I've had many people tell me they've stepped in them and gotten the surprise of their life. But when you take the dirt mound, the dirt is just an example of some of the mess that bugs leave. So when people move into a home or they go into a business, you're looking for some of those signs of messiness that bugs leave behind that are a sure tell sign that something may be present or there, and that they may need to do something.
Absolutely.
And when we come out, we do a 58-point inspection. So we make sure that we go around the house, we check, everything that we could possibly imagine to see that we cover those items.
Yes, I appreciate that. The dirt mound, my mother, when I was just visiting her, stuck a stick in a dirt mound and said, just watch, within seconds. So then I didn't walk on grass for months. I was literally hopping because I thought if I hop, I looked ridiculous. I'm just saying. Okay. So now we have 2 seasons here in Florida. We have warm and hot. But the jet stream has been dipping down. I don't know how North Florida didn't catch that, but anyway. Okay, so now what happens though with the different seasons is we get different pests. Some come in at some times of the year more than others. So again, for all of the wonderful newbies that are moving in this area, what are we looking out for at different times of the year?
So currently, I'll start with winter. We're in winter right now in Florida. So we see a lot of calls for rats. It's cold outside, and the small furry critters want to come in where it's warm, and the houses are the warmest. So we get a lot of calls for that this time of the year. One of the other things that we've seen recently is fleas.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
People turn on their heat, and if there's ever been any flea eggs laid in their house, the heat will cause those fleas to hatch out, and all of a sudden they're going after whatever meal they can get. And if there's no pets, humans take the place of pets. But season-wise, then we go into spring.
Yeah.
And as we get into spring, we move into the warmer weather, and termites swarm. All of the different ants go through the swarm cycle. Now, some of them start as early as spring. Some of them go as late as summer and October. Some of them can even go as late as December. But we go into full-blown summer where everything is active. The roaches, the ants, the fleas, the rats, the termites, they're all just as happy as can be in our tropical environment to be here and to be thriving. And then we move into the late season, which is, I guess we'd call fall. But those are things that start to kind of wind down, but they can still be active. And what we also see is it's very dependent on the weather. So people sometimes think it's like a cliche, but if you have a drought, bugs will come in to get water. If you have too much rain, bugs will come in to get out of the rain.
Oh, yeah.
There's always a reason for them to want to come into a structure.
That is true. Terrible. Terrible, terrible. Okay, so then, and that's another thing with the cold weather. I just saw last week this gal Denise put a post on Facebook, a huntsman spider.
Yes.
I didn't know about those things until Denise. She thought it was somebody's pet that got out of a terrarium. And she's like, I'm sorry, but your pet is dead. Explain this, please.
So we have a couple of species of spiders that get quite large. The huntsman and the wood spider are 2 examples of spiders that can get quite large. And one of the things that freaks people out...
Like the size of your hand large.
Yeah, the size of your hand, yeah. And they have a tendency to, especially the wood spider, one of their defense mechanisms is to take an aggressive stance at you. So when you're in a room and this large spider all of a sudden takes a step towards you, you're going, what in the world is that thing doing, and why is it coming at me? Before it has a tendency to then turn tail and run. But the damage is already done because people are scarred going, holy smokes, that thing is coming at me.
Yeah.
And people don't like to think about this, but one of the spiders, the wood spiders, they actually have a tendency to live above door frames. So you got to be careful sometimes, especially for people who live near wooded lots. I've had quite a few calls where people open up their front door and it's like drops down from the door. So you don't want to.
And the other thing...
Has that happened to you, Christine? No,
well,
because you have your husband.
We'd be divorced.
We still do have some pests, but, you know, when I scream and he kills it right away. The one other good thing to know about roaches is that some people think that, well, if they're big, they're worse. The big ones are the better ones. When you have the small ones...
Wait, why?
Because the bigger ones don't repopulate as quickly as the smaller ones.
Okay.
So if they're bigger, it's better.
Bigger is better. All right.
Just with the roaches.
Okay. All right. No, actually, because we have this little area of our front door at the bottom from a past hurricane where we have a little bit more of a gap, and weather stripping is not the answer. But Mr. Skitters punches down, and once in a while, he brings something to my feet. If it's a lizard, I scoop it up, I bring it back outside. But a couple of times it's been a palmetto bug. Wow. But I give him treats because then I can bring it out. So now he knows. Now he wants to. Oh. So, but the smaller roaches, you say, how fast do they repopulate?
Well, a female German roach can give birth to up to 60 babies in every egg. And once they're pregnant, they are pregnant for life. So they can keep making eggs. So I always tell people, just in the second generation, if of the 60 babies, 30 are female and they get pregnant and they give birth to 60 babies, you're up over 1,800 to 2,000 by the second generation.
Yay. I'm glad I have your cell phone number. Okay. Yeah.
Always, we're available.
But actually, that's a really good segue, because I would love for those that are listening on iHeartRadio and all the podcasts that we're on, I think we're over 10 of them now, is how do they contact you? What is your website?
So they can contact us by multiple areas. They can call us at 772-878-1972. They can go on our website, www.benspest.biz. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Ben does a Monday morning tip of the week to try and give homeowners some ideas of things they can do for themselves as well.
Very good.
Those are our primary ways of contact.
All right. And before Cindy picks up that take a break sign, we are going to take a very quick break, but we have a lot more to discuss, and we have to talk about Pestine. So stay tuned, because Ben and Christine Sell of Ben's Pest Control will be right back.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats and chairs, including lots of slipcover styles from Universal Upholstery, Four Seasons, and Capri. We also have a gallery of Tommy Bahama and Lexington furniture designed for a relaxed approach to the finer things in life. And right now, all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in Vero Beach next to Planet Fitness. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com and also visit our outlet and closeout store directly across the street.
Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Have a sunshine day. Sunshine Furniture, stop on in today. The sunshine, sunshine, sunshine day.
Sure, they were born in Jersey, but they were made in America. An attitude and a sound like no other. Jersey Boys is the international musical phenomenon that takes you behind the scenes and behind the music of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
I'll go on living and keep on forgiving because...
Who knew four guys from New Jersey would turn the world upside down with a unique sound that nobody had heard, but radio couldn't get enough of? Over 10 years on Broadway, winner of 4 Tony Awards with worldwide performances. It's the award-winning musical of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, featuring over 15 of their certified gold songs, and you know them all. Jersey Boys, now playing at Vero's magnificent Riverside Theater. Get your best tickets now at the box office or riversidetheater.com.
Welcome back to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras, and I have Ben and Christine Sell of Ben's Pest Control, and I'm smiling now, but I'm going to go back to looking absolutely horrified, and we are going to talk about the services that you have to offer, but the first half, at the very end, you were talking about like those little small German cockroaches, but you said something on the break, and it was about the width of a piece of paper and what?
So a roach can get into your house through anything that you can slide a piece of paper through. So if you can fit a piece of paper into a crack, into a gap above a sliding glass door, in the bottom of a front door or side door, the garage door, a roach can get in.
All right. I'm not sleeping tonight. Very good, but thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so now we were talking about like ants and roaches and spiders. So I'd love to hear about like all of the services that you have to offer, because it's also more than that as well. So tell us like all the different types of pests, like how you help us, what the process is like, coverage area, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, so our pest control service, which covers ants, roaches, fleas, ticks, spiders, wasps, silverfish, that's all falls under our pest control service as far as the houses go. Then we offer termite control, which we do subterranean termites, and we can do dry wood termite spot treatments. We also offer lawn spraying for things like fire ants, fleas, and ticks. We offer rodent services where we do trapping for rats and mice and exclusionary work to close up attics. We've just recently added the agama lizards down in Port St. Lucie that have been getting into people's houses.
Yeah.
Where we close up those.
I think they're kind of cute. But outside, I know you don't, Cindy. She does not like them. But they're redheaded agamas. I'm a redhead. Come on. I really actually don't mind the lizards. Believe it or not, I'm good with them. I try to capture them myself, set them free. I do. I like them. The spiders, cockroaches, no.
We also do bed bugs.
Okay.
We also have a treatment for mosquitoes that is 98% effective. Not for
what about those no-see-ums?
Not for no-see-ums. There's nothing yet for those.
Okay.
But the mosquitoes, so half and half. And we also do lawn spraying.
Very good. Okay, so now this is for the Treasure Coast. So you go down to Martin County up here through Indian River County. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, and it's residential and commercial?
Correct.
Okay. And bed bugs, hotels?
We can, yes.
Okay. All right. Very good. Because who wants bed bugs when you travel? No one.
Correct.
Yeah.
But those, you can help yourself with the bed bugs if you get the bed covers. Those are very helpful.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. So you mean when you go to a hotel, you put a bed cover on? Is that what you're
mostly for your home.
Oh, okay. I understand now.
So the best advice I give anybody when it comes to staying at a hotel is before you bring any of your stuff into your room, you should check in and check the mattress. So check in, get your key, go to your room. Believe it or not, pull the mattress cover off and check the rim of the mattress. If there's any kind of stains there, that is a sign that they either have or have had bed bugs.
Interesting. I read an article about putting your luggage in the bathtub. If you forget, just put it in the bathtub first, and then you do an inspection. Okay. So now on a lighter note, because I've been going throughout this video, this is really good faces that I'm making here. Pestine.
Yes.
We need to talk about Pestine. We do have another chair. She could have been here.
You did, and I was very appreciative of that.
Yeah, but you corralled her, Ben. She is locked away because the two of you, you guys go at it. She's pretty, she's
enemies.
She's feisty.
Yeah, feisty, very feisty. I love the Pestine character. And so tell everyone, because here's what I want people to do. People that are watching this, they're looking at pictures of Pestine. But I want people to go to your social media, and Pestine has her own Facebook. I'm a follower of Pestine, actually. She has a lot of, it's growing. The followers are growing for sure. So who is Pestine?
Pestine is my alter ego, per se. I had wanted to do something fun for a networking event where I was speaking. And so I went out and got a roach costume, dressed up. It was a huge hit. Everyone loved it. And I love bringing smiles. So it's just kind of gone on. And I have somebody I met networking, Joanna Kilgore with Jolie.
Thank you for
Art
mentioning
and Photography.
Jolie Art and Photography. You and the two of you, I'm pointing to Jolie right now, and you need to win and you too, Ben, I'm sorry. But it was the two of you that worked together. You guys need the Clio Award.
Yeah, she saw my costume and she said, Christine, let's talk about this. Let's see what we can do. So she has been a great big contributor to the Pestine character. And 2024 is here, so keep your eyes out for Pestine's next adventures. She's going to be doing some fun and interesting things.
Yeah. I have a picture of me and Pestine together. Yes, it was just, I was like, when you meet like a local celebrity and then you forget like how to talk to them and stuff. I was like, oh my gosh,
It was a lot of fun. Yes.
It was a fun day, and that was a great presentation that you made. And Joanna Lee Kilgore, Joe Lee Art and Photography, super great. Love that. And so people have to now that are listening, they must go to your social media.
Yes.
When I first encountered Pestine scrolling through, snorting, laughing, crying.
Yes, she has her own page, so you can like her as well. Yes,
Yeah.
as Ben's Pest Control.
So now termites, we spoke about them, but I want people to understand, because I've heard people say, well, I live in a concrete block home. I'm fine with that. Termites be darned, right? I can't say the other word. We're on the radio. So that's not true, is it, about a concrete block home and you don't have to worry about termites?
Not at all. That is not at all true.
Thank you.
Termites can get in a crack 1/64th of an inch, otherwise something you could slide a credit card into. And they can actually come up from under the foundation. Even if you have a block structure, there's going to be wood in your house. You have wood baseboards, you have wood furring strips, you have wood door frames, you have wood in your attic. And I've seen many a block house where they've come up where the water lines are in the bathroom, especially tubs. A lot of times they leave a crack around there in the slab, and it's open right to the foundation, and termites have come up and started eating the house from through those water lines.
Not fun. Not fun at all. Okay. All right. So now, you know what? I want to make sure that I don't forget about this, is the work that you do in the community. You guys have a heart for the nonprofits, and you love to give back. So can you share some of your favorite projects, galas, tomato, all of the things that you do?
We are big supporters of the Humane Society of St. Lucie County. They do an amazing job for our homeless dogs and cats in the community. We actually have an event coming up on February 17th of this year, the Blue Jean Ball. It is our yearly gala that raises a lot of money to be able to help the Humane Society continue to do what they do. So the tickets are on sale right now on the website, so you can go online. We also are sponsors of Little Birthday Angels. They help and give children who are homeless gifts for the season, gifts and things they need. We also work with the Children's Advocacy Center to help those children who are in foster homes or things like that. And we just want to try, and we are so grateful to the community for supporting us that we want to make sure we give back as much as we can.
That's wonderful. How about Pestine? Are you going to let her out at any of these events, do you think?
We've done some home shows where she's made appearances. We'll see how she goes for the 2024.
Okay.
But possibly.
All right. But otherwise, you managed to control her. She's locked up right now, so that's a good thing. But every now and then she does escape. How do you feel about that? The two of you have such a rivalry going on.
It's kind of like marriage. You can only hope to contain her.
Okay.
And that's a very true answer.
Yeah, oh my
Pestine, kind of like wives, we kind of do what we want to when we want to.
Yes, that is very, very true. Okay, so now we have a few seconds. So there was about like rats and mice that you gave a diameter of what?
So if you have a hole the size of a quarter, rats can get into your house because all they need to do is be able to squish their head through. So you want to check around the outside of your house. You want to make sure your openings are sealed so that nothing can get in. And if they do, we're here for you.
Excellent. So before we sign off, before I say thank you, very quickly, your URL and your phone number for the second half.
Absolutely. Our phone number is 772-878-1972. And our website is www.benspest.biz.
Wonderful. So Ben and Christine, thank you so very much for being here. You shared a lot of great information. So people are going to try to, shore up the outside of their home. But if bugs come in, they know who to call. Absolutely. And then they're going to be flooding over to your social media to see Pestine. You have to do that. My name is Ellen Contreras. I am the host of Treasure Coast Connector. I hope everyone has a wonderful week. Until next week, I miss you already.